Peace and love, good people. Welcome back to this channel, Making African Americans Great Again. And the name of the channel speaks for itself. When I say Making African Americans Great Again, I'm not talking about all blacks, because there are some great blacks out there. What I am talking about is those of my people who just keep falling by the wayside at an unprecedented rate. Said it plenty of times and I'll continue to say it. It's a difference between black men and women and niggas and niggettes. The latter, well, they often motivated by hip hop, and they often have a victim mindset. It's always somebody else's fault for why they can't excel. It's always a struggle. It's always anybody's fault but theirs for why they make poor decisions. And that's what life is essentially about, people. It's about the decisions we make. We all born into this world with a lack of knowledge. And over time, if we're born into the right situations, we have a proper upbringing. We nurtured into becoming good people. We nurtured into doing the right things. And that's not always the case, but most of the times it is. I want to talk about those who fall by the wayside, because while some of it is nurturing, a lot of it is just choice. Here it is. We're still in the midst of this pandemic. We in an election year, which has been decided who the next president is going to be. And yet and still, niggas still find time to kill each other. Look at what's going on in Dallas. Some type of rap beef is escalated and gotten out of control. I think it's been at least 5 or 6 people shot in the last 2 weeks. It's spiraling out of control into Houston and other areas. And this is hip hop induced stupidity, people. Hip hop induced rage and violence. Clout chasing. That seems to be the number one thing these days. If you don't know what that is, clout is basically doing something for exposure. You want to be famous, even if it means doing infamous acts to get there. And a lot of these people are walking around here shooting each other, making diss tracks, no respect for life, all in the name of clout. It's sad, y'all. It's a sad world we live in. The rest of the United States still looking at us as a joke. And whereas Black Lives Matter and all this, you guessed it, somewhere in a little lesbian council meeting, having fun, trying to figure out the next time they can come together and congregate when a white cop kills a black person, or a white person in general kills a black person. It's the biggest goddamn crime of the century when that happens. However, when blacks kill other blacks, nope. Nothing to say. It's actually expected. And that's what's sad. I've literally heard black people say this before in a debate with white people about black on black violence and interracial violence. And the first thing they say, oh, well, that's different. When Pookie killed Ray Ray, that's different. Why is it different? Because everybody in the hood knew that they hated each other. But when a white cop kills a black person, we don't even wait for the full video to come out before we take to the streets and burn shit up. We don't wait to get nobody's side of the story. We just simply run with the narrative that the media paints. And this is why it's hard to take the niggas in our community serious. And I'm telling you right now, some of y'all don't like what I have to say about that. But it's just the truth. And black men and women, you need to distinct yourselves and distance yourselves from the nigga. I see why Tommy Sotomayor goes as hard as he goes on the ignorant people of our community, because they make us all look bad as a whole. You know, you could take 55 black people doing something positive and 2 blacks doing something negative will wipe that out any day. We got to break away from the image, y'all. And the media hip hop, all this stuff plays a role in how these people act. You don't have to agree with me, but if you listen to it, and I hope somebody did, well, leave me a message, hit me back, and until next time, may peace and love befall you always.